Hello, welcome to Heroes for Sale. It's December, which can mean only one thing if you're a geek. That means that you're all mad about Star Wars. Never mind Christmas, it's all about Star Wars. And we're going to get to that a little bit later on in the show. But first off, we're joined by our cosplay champion, Gabby Monet, Liverpool Cosplay Champion. She's our champion anyway. And you look like you've just come off the top of a Star Wars Christmas tree. You look great.
Thank you.
Not quite as a fairy. You've come as Padme today, haven't you?
Yeah, in a battle gear from the Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, yeah. Well, we asked you to think about some ideas for Star Wars costumes, and you had a couple of characters in mind that you like. You know, which ones were you particularly interested in? Obviously, Leia's a classic.
Yeah. Oh goodness, it was one of them. Like, you definitely asked me like with very short notice, so I was like, right, gotta get something together quite quickly. But there was a couple that was like in the running. There was like Leia's sort of like outfit when she goes to see. Is it the little funny people?
The little funny people.
The little like hamster people. That's them. Yeah. And like she has a sort of like kind of army kind of camouflagey.
Yes, that's a great look.
I do love that costume. But
there's a camo.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm sure there's people at home who, when you talk about Princess Leia, they're just going to go, the gold bikini.
Yes, that was considered for all of like 3 seconds, and I was like, well, it's December, it's cold, no.
Yeah, well, we just like to clarify, we didn't actually ask for that as well.
No.
We didn't ask for that, but you came as Padme, Natalie Portman. It's a great character. And if you can we ask you just to stand up for a moment and show off the costume? Well, we'll try and pan in and talk us through it a little bit, please.
Well, this was made from a throw that I had on my couch because I thought the material was like really well suited. And then I have my trusty tinfoil armbands, pleather kind of belt if you can see it, and then just like bleached jeans, painted shoes, and more pleather, which kind of need fixing.
The boots are great. I mean, I can't believe, like you say, you knocked it together in 24 hours near enough, with just bits of tinfoil and things from the kitchen. Which was the hardest thing to make? I mean, the boots look great. You've adapted them, painted them white. What are the top bits?
These?
Yeah.
They, if I can like scoot to the side, they are like a sort of like pleather is like a sort of. It's like what a lot of like cosplayers I find use. It's like a substitute for leather because it's expensive and you have to have like sometimes specialist equipment. So we use plastic pleather to use, and it's a lot softer and easier to use. So that was what I had to kind of work with. So.
It looks fantastic. So you're thinking of going to see the new film in cosplay?
Oh yeah.
We could get you to do that. Hopefully, go down, and I know some of our guys are keen to go and give us your review. And you know, it's not bad as well. December, nice bright white. And the eagle-eyed amongst us at home will probably notice even the attention to detail. When you came in before, I was like, "Is this Gabby's twin sister?" Because you've got different coloured eyes, haven't you?
You can kind of. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I have brown contact lenses in today. So yeah, I think I had. Was it black or pink in last time? I'm not sure. Yes,
pink is the Adventure Time princess. It was very crazy. We had lots of strong words written into us about that. It was nice. Yeah, but obviously that's the kind of attention to detail, as we were saying, that really sets you apart as a cosplay artist. And recently you have gone to a couple of conventions. And how is the whole cosplay scene going?
Yes, well, in Liverpool it is like completely like booming. Like it's really. Like, because I went to a local sort of like little sort of get-together con like a couple of months ago, and it was, you know, there was a couple of us and everyone was a bit nervous about wearing cosplay, and then like last weekend when I went, it was like everybody was so confident and they just like really thoroughly enjoyed it, and everybody had made their own costumes and looked wonderful. It was amazing. So
when you say it's a get-together con, this is the, you know, obviously there's a lot of people out there who probably still aren't aware of cosplay or haven't seen it before. This is the art of dressing up in costume. Where do you meet? Do you meet online on kind of like Facebook groups or?
Goodness, there's a lot of Facebook groups. Like that's particularly how I find it, is through like event pages on Facebook. Like if you just type in like sort of Liverpool kind of, you know, costume meetups or like cosplay meetups, there's a lot of like sort of pages open for that, and then you just sort of get to know people through those pages, and then you like message each other, and then you meet up, and it's like...
Your Facebook page itself is great. Obviously, it's Gabby Monet, isn't it? So it's not your real name, because we don't want people to go out there, the stalking community of Liverpool to find you. But you've got some fantastic images there. I think you remember you showing me Mary Poppins and a couple other different standout characters. But we have to clarify as well, you're not just somebody who's decided one day to kind of pick the throw up off the couch and make costumes willy-nilly. You actually have studied costume design.
Yes, like I took an amazing course in the Liverpool Community College, and it was just costume design. But the like tutor for it was called Jane King, and she is like wonderful. She knows her stuff.
But what was it taking you through? Obviously, some people don't know what costume design is. Are you studying things that have gone before? Does it take you through the theatre side of things? So obviously, costume's a massive thing for the theatre.
Yeah,
just talk us through a little bit of the theory of it.
It's sort of mostly based around theatre and film, but you also get to like sort of delve into like all the history and all like the basic sort of structure and why things are kind of made the way they are. Like if they have like certain, compartments and like places that go like pieces that just fold differently and why and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Shakespearean stage, cod pieces, things they can hide, things like that. Yeah. What did you have to make for your course? Was there any kind of standout costumes that you had to make?
Oh goodness, we had to make so many. Well, I particularly have a soft spot for like Victorian and Renaissance pieces, so we got to we had like a subject say like it had to be based on like a play, and you could pick any play and then you would go from there. But I picked like Romeo and Juliet for like Renaissance pieces, and like I also did a Victorian costume and a big Georgian kind of costume. But it was such a wonderful like course.
Yeah, what's your wardrobe like then? It must be busting at the seams. Do you get to keep these things, or do you have to dismantle them afterwards? Do they go into storage? Talk us through a little bit about what your wardrobe in your home studio is like.
It's insane at the moment. Like the doors have just broken off it because it can't actually hold it anymore. Yeah. But I have like a huge wardrobe in my room. I have some stuff under the bed, some stuff in the living room, and luckily my mum is really supportive of the cosplaying and the costume making.
I imagine she'd have to be.
So yeah, she's converted a little bit of the loft and put some rails up for me.
I'm imagining that your wardrobe's like the cat off Red Dwarf that crosses international time zones. So it's like 3 a.m. for your socks and 11 a.m. for your shirts.
Yeah.
But what would you like to do ultimately with the cosplay? Is it something that you can see yourself making a living from? Obviously, Disney's a bit of a thing that you can aspire to. Go to Disneyland?
Yeah.
Aren't you looking at something like that?
Yeah, I'd love to work as like a face character in Disney and, be one of like the characters that you like go and meet and stuff. But if that's not to be kind of thing, I would love to do like what a lot of like really the big cosplayers do, where they just sort of make their own things and they like sort of ship them off and like get other famous cosplayers kind of to like wear them and things, and then just go to cons and do like talks at cons and things.
It's big in America already, so it's just starting really. I think you're getting on the riding the crest of a wave before it takes off. Are you already I think you're already getting a bit of recognition in Liverpool, aren't you? Or certainly there's obviously the young girls who are like, oh wow, I want to get the picture taken with you. Yeah,
just a little bit like I'm not like sounding like whoa kind of thing, but like the other day when I was at a con, I had like a few people come up to me like, oh like I've seen your page online and things and stuff, and it's just really like nice. And like sometimes at cons, like people who've like followed you on Instagram and things, they'll come up to me and be like, oh I've seen some of your work, like it's amazing, and like I like to follow your progress, and it's like so nice.
It's great that you've got a supportive community like that. And I think you're going off to Hong Kong, aren't you? Finally, we're going to run out of time, but you're going to Hong Kong to try your hand out there.
Yes, definitely, and I will definitely like try and be on the forefront of their scene, because I know it's not a super big kind of thing to cosplay, but wait until I get over there.
Yeah, you're going to set off. Well, you'll have to come back on and tell us all about it.
Definitely.
And hopefully you can come as Padme when we go to watch Star Wars, and we'll get some reaction from you.
Cool, definitely.
Okay, thanks very much, Gabs. And Gabby Monet, Facebook, check her out, follow her. Instagram, as you heard her there, she's on as well. Now we're going to go over to young Gabriel Santa, who's going to take us through his whopping Christmas present list.
Hello, my name's Gabriel. And today, instead of doing a review of anything like I have been doing for the past few weeks, I'd like to tell you about what's on my Christmas list. The first thing I've asked for is an original Nintendo Entertainment System. As for some good games, I didn't ask for any games in specific, but just some, some good games. I've also asked for the complete James Bond set. It seems that I am quite a big James Bond fan. I also asked for an anime which I haven't heard of but sounds really cool, the complete Marvel anime collection, and I'm a big fan of Studio Ghibli and animes like that. I have also asked for Doom 64 for the Nintendo 64. I also asked for an original Game Boy, and like again, I just asked for some good games for it, no games in specific. I have also asked for the Back to the Future trilogy. I did have that DVD, but after time, it's sort of, the discs got like really in bad condition. I also asked for Terminator Genesis, which I went to go see on the cinema, and it was a very good installment to the trilogy. I've also asked for the complete James Bond song collection, which is a CD, and the reason I asked for that was because I love Bond songs, and I've never thought of listening to them in the car. That would be very cool. I asked for another DVD, which was Jurassic World, and then again, I did go see that in the cinema, but I've never seen it since, even though it is available on DVD now. I asked for an original RoboCop toy action figure. Seems that I've got one of the Terminator, and I would find it very cool if I could make them fight. I also asked for a Lego Star Wars set based on the new episode 7, and it's Kylo Ren's, I think it's a TIE fighter, I'm not too sure. But I have also asked for an accessory for the NES, which is called the Power Glove. Now, you may have seen this for seeing. You put it on your hand, and basically what the actions you do with your hand is what happens in the game. There's also buttons on it, which are pretty pointless if you're gonna do it. That's about all I could cover in this amount of time. So now I need to bid you good night. Bye bye.